My name is Lauren with the West Fargo Public Library. So tonight our story time is all about cookies and treats. So we're going to read a couple stories to start. So our first one's called Little Pea. This is the story of Little Pea, Mama Pea, and Papa Pea. Little Pea was a happy little guy. He liked to do a lot of things. He liked rolling down hills, for example, super fast. He liked hanging out with his pea pals. He liked it when Papa Pea came home at the end of the day. Papa Pea would fling Little Pea off a spoon high into the air, and Little Pea would scream, "Again, again!" At bedtime, Little Pea very much liked snuggling up with Mama Pea and hearing stories about what Mama Pea was like when she was a little pea. But there was one thing that Little Pea did not like: candy. That's what you have to eat for dinner every night when you're a pea. Candy, candy, candy. Monday, red candy. Tuesday, orange candy. Yellow candy, purple and pink polka dotted candy. Striped candy, swirly candy, rainbow candy. Little Pea hated all of it. If you want to grow up to be a big, strong pea, you have to eat your candy, Papa Pea would say. If you don't finish your candy, then you can't have dessert, Mama Pea would say. How many pieces do I have to eat? Eat 5 pieces and you can have dessert. 5 pieces, he whined. 5 pieces, they chimed. 1, yuck. 2, ugh. 3, look. 4, ugh. 5 pieces of candy. Now can I have dessert? Yes, now you can have dessert, said Mama Pea and Papa Pea. Little Pea couldn't wait to see what it was. Spinach! Squealed Little Pea, my favorite. Little Pea licked his dessert plate clean. Yum, yum, extra yum. And they lived happily ever after. The end. All right. The next story is The Cow Loves Cookies. Whenever Farmer feeds the horse, he feeds the horsey hay, of course. The horse just loves to nibble hay. He eats it every single day. But the cow loves cookies. Farmer knows what chickens need. He always gives them chicken feed. They scratch and cluck and peck all day. They love their feed. The horses love hay. But the cow loves cookies. The farmer feeds the geese each morn. He always gives them sweet cracked corn. They honk for joy and flap their wings. They love the corn that the farmer brings. Hay for horses, yes indeed. Give those chickens chicken feed. Corn for geese, they love it so. But when it comes to cows, we know the cow loves cookies. When farmer feeds the hogs their slop, they love to eat that gooey glop. They oink and snort, they grunt with glee. They eat like pigs, it seems to me. Of course, we know the horse loves hay, and chickens love their feed each day. Geese love corn, as all geese should. The pigs think slop is mighty good. A cow would never eat that stuff. You couldn't pay the cow enough because the cow loves cookies. Farmer's dog just loves to eat when farmer gives him doggy treats. He gulps and gobbles with delight. He savors every meaty bite. Hay is what the horsies need. The chickens all eat chicken feed. The geese munch corn, it tastes so fine. The hogs think slop is just divine. The dog adores his doggy treats, but Cow would rather eat things sweet. So why does the cow love cookies? She and Farmer made a deal, and every day they share a meal. Farmer packs a picnic lunch, and when the two sit down to munch, he takes cookies from a tin, and Cow gives milk to dunk them in. Yum, says Farmer. Cow says moo. Cow is happy, Farmer too. They both love milk and cookies. But the duck loves quackers. The end. All right, so now we're going to do our little craft project. If you want to grab your little kit that says craft in there, it's got like a paper bag, or paper plate, excuse me. And we're gonna make our own cookies tonight. So the first thing you're gonna grab is your paper plate, and then you're gonna color your cookie. So you can color it whatever color you want. You could make it brown, blue, purple, blueberry flavored, whatever color you would like your cookie to be. So you're gonna color right on your plate, all over. I'm gonna do a blue cookie. Color as much of the plate as you can. If you miss some spots, that's okay too, because we'll have some things we'll add in the end too. And you can use more than one color too if you want. Whatever sort of cookie. The edges get a little tricky, but that's okay. Color in your cookie. Good job. All right, we'll just give everyone a little bit of time here to finish up. So next up, we're gonna need a glue and the other pieces that are in our bag there. All right, so the next step, we're gonna use these little pieces. Good job. I see you got that colored there. And we're gonna glue those down like sprinkles. So I put some other pieces of paper in there too with those if you wanna do frosting, or you can even rip them to make your own shape of sprinkles, or if you want even more sprinkles, you can do that. And you're gonna just glue them right all over your cookie. So you'll decorate it however many sprinkles you want. And if you think these are too big, you can always rip them in half, make different shapes out of them too. can glue those all over. Make your nice and colorful cookie. Let's see. My sprinkles are sticking to my finger. All right. There, I glued my sprinkles all over. Oh, good job. Looks like we're starting to get some delicious looking cookies. And we just have one last step for our cookie, and that's to add maybe some chocolate chips to our cookie to make it really sweet. So you can grab another marker again, and now we're going to draw on little dots, or you can do little triangles. And you'll put those all over your cookie too. And you can use whatever color chocolate chips you want. Kind of looks like polka dots on our cookie too. Good job. Yum. That looks like a good cookie. Looks like someone's making some other sprinkle shapes. I like it. I'll wait another minute here. Let everyone finish up on their cookies. If you're all done, you could color the backside of your cookie too. Oh, awesome. It looks delicious. All right. When you're all done with your cookies, you can set those aside. We're going to read one more story, and then we'll finish up with our STEM activity here. All right. I think we'll go ahead to our next story. If you're still working, that's okay. You guys can keep working on it while we read here. So this story is called There Are No Bears in This Bakery. There are no bears in Little Bear Bakery. I'm the whiskers of this neighborhood, and if it flutters, scurries, or scampers here, I know about it. The name is Muffin, and this is my tale. Each night the moon rises, the bread rises, and I rise. The air cools and the sounds get interesting. That's when the night shift begins. Scratch, scratch, squeak. Is the mouse behind the bakery? Clang, crash, crunch, crunch. Is the raccoon in the dumpster? Snip, snip, flap, flap. Ah. Is the bat visiting the barber shop? I thought I knew all the night sounds until last night. Last night, after the sun rolled off the edge of the sky, mysterious new sound rumbled over the windowsill. Grrr. I stepped out to investigate. The air was cool and wet like a dog's nose. The alley was empty. No mouse, no raccoon, not even a bat. The bakery's back window was open like a crooked smile. Grrr. I slipped into the darkness like icing melting down a hot cake. Inside, I listened for clues. Maybe it was a mouse. Mice love sprinkles. Grrr. And that is when I saw it. It was the biggest mouse I had ever seen. Grrr. Actually, it was the smallest bear I'd ever seen. I was surprised. The bear was surprised. My tail was the most surprised. Is your tail standing straight up? Grrr, rumbled from the bear's belly. Up close, the bear smelled like old socks, cinnamon, and adventure. The problem was clear, and I was on the case. The rumbling grew softer and softer until, burp. For a moment, everything was quiet, too quiet. Oh, do you see what the cat and the bear did? They ate all the food. I heard snuffling sounds behind me. I had a tail. My tail had a tail. There was something in the darkness. The darkness has eyes, and they were looking at me. My whiskers trembled, my paws shook. Brr. It was an enormous bear. It smelled like the dumpster on a hot day and rumbled louder than a vacuum cleaner. Suddenly, it was lights out. Everything went dark and I couldn't move. I was smushed like a muffin between the couch cushions. I was in the middle of a giant bear hug. It was warm, like a bath mat in the sunshine. It smelled like that bath mat needed a bath. There was a low rumble from somewhere in the fur. Purr. Oh, wait, that was me. It turns out big bears like sprinkles too. Light began to nibble at the edges of the window. It was time for naps. Even my shadow was sleepy. I made sure the bears got on their way safely. The sun rose and stretched like a yawn down the alley. The bears rumbled back to the forest. The night shift ended. My job there was done. Purr. So that's it. Another case closed by Muffin. No bears in Little Bear Bakery. Not anymore. I took care of them. It was a messy job, but I handled it. Now it was time for a nap. By the way, we're out of donuts. Uh-oh. You see what they did to the bakery? They ate everything. Uh-oh. The end. All right. So now we have one last activity for you guys. If you want to grab your second little bag in your kit, the STEM kit, it should have some paper clips in there and this shape, the candy cane. All right. So tonight we're talking a little bit about a math idea, and that's talking about patterns. So a pattern is a repeating group of things. So that could be repeating colors or numbers, or all different kinds of patterns like that. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to have you separate out your paper clips. So you should have maybe a couple different colors in there. You might have some bigger paper clips or some smaller ones. So you're going to separate them out into your 3 different groups. Some of them might get stuck together a little bit, so you might have to pull them apart. All right, so most of the times you see candy canes and they have stripes, and a lot of times these stripes have a pattern. So there's 1, and then there's 2 red ones, and there's 1 red one, then there's 3 red ones, then 1. So what we're going to do is use our paper clips to make our own patterns right on our candy cane here. So a pattern again is a repeating group. So if you have 3 colors, you could do a green one. I have green. Then you could do a red one. And you could do your next colors. Everyone kind of has different colors, so your colors might be a little different. So if that's my pattern, I'm going to repeat that. So I had green, red, and a big paper clip. So next up, I'm going to grab a green one. And after green, I had red. So I'm going to repeat that red. And then I ended with a big paper clip. And this is also nice practice for some coordination there too. And then you're going to repeat that all the way up. And the cool thing about this is you can make as many different patterns as you like. So sometimes patterns repeat colors. So maybe I do 2 green and a big silver paper clip. So if that's my pattern, then I'll do another green and repeat the green and end it with silver one. So our patterns can change. And you'll want to go all the way up and over your candy cane. So I continued my pattern all the way up, and I have a nice striped candy cane, just like the one in the bag. It's also good practice if you want to try counting and seeing how many candy canes or how many paper clips you can fit on your candy cane too. You can put them all on and then give them a count. Awesome, good job. I see some good patterns happening there. Awesome. All right. Well, you guys can continue on this or try new patterns if you want. This is the last thing we had going on tonight. So you can enjoy your candy cane treat later, save it for another day too. But thank you for coming out tonight. If you signed up for next week's story time, the kits will go out tomorrow morning. And there's still time to sign up, I believe, if you would like. Next week is our last one, but we'll take a break until after the new year, and then we'll come up with some new activities happening too. You say thank you. Say it louder. Say thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for joining.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Merry Christmas.